Okay, so hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how we can create to-do app using JavaScript. Okay, so what we will do basically, we will create one input tag. Okay, we will create one input area. Okay, and we will create one button. Okay, so here this is what button, right? So whatever task you will write here, you will write what task name. Here you will write task name, and whatever task name you will write, that task will be added here. The task will be added here. Okay. Okay, your task will add here, right? And in front of that task, you will see one button. Okay, that button is nothing but cross button you will see in order to close the task. Okay, so this, okay, what I'm trying to say, this fields we will create using HTML, and this area we will create with the help of JavaScript. We will create dynamic elements. We will see dynamically how we can create these elements. So see how we will write the code for this. Okay, so let's come to the HTML index.html file I have. So first I will need a boiler template. I will write here to do app. Okay, and here what I will write, I will create, I'm creating what container. Okay, I'm creating one container div, and inside this container I will create, first I'll create this input field and then button. Okay, so input. Okay, after input, what we have to give, we have to create one button. Okay, and button, okay, in this input field I will give some ID. Okay, and here what I will do, I'll create a function on click. On click, when someone click on this button, so what will happen, my function will execute. Which function? To do. Okay, my to do function will execute. Let's see what's the output now. Okay, let me open it here. Okay, so this is the output we are getting, but we are not getting the button properly because we didn't give the name. Okay, button name we should give like add. Okay, so now it is coming correctly. Right, now what I have to do, I have to create one app.js file. Okay, and here what I will do, I will just link this file. So outside the body I will write script, and here I will write app.js. So this is how we can link our JavaScript file, right? Okay, so inside the JavaScript I will write the definition of this function. Okay, so I will write the function. What is my function name? To do. Okay, my function name is to do, and here I'm writing what alert. Okay, why I'm writing alert? To check whether my button is working or not. My button is calling this function or not. So when I click on add, okay, so nothing happening. What is the name? Add to do. What is the correct name? Add to do. Okay, now click on this. Okay, so it is working. So here I will write code in order to add to do. Okay, so before writing the code, what I will do, first I will fetch this input text, because whatever data is there, whatever text is there inside the input, I will take this text in a variable. So how I will do, I will fetch this input with the help of this ID, right? So okay, so what I will do here, I will write one variable. Okay, first I will write variable, like I'm giving the name like input element. Okay, this is just a variable name. This is just a variable name. Inside this variable, I will assign, what I will assign, get element by ID. Okay, what is my ID name? What is my ID name here? INP. My ID name is what? INP. So here I will write INP. Okay, so this input field will assign in this variable input element. Now, what I have to create, I'll create one main div also in order to display the output. Okay, output of what? Whatever dynamic element I'll create inside this add to do function, I will render that elements here on this main div. Okay, So what I will do now, I will fetch this main div first. Okay, so in order to fetch this div, I will write one variable main div. Okay, document dot get element by id. What's the id? Main. Okay, what's the id of this? This div id is main, right? Okay, now go to the function and inside the function, what I will do, see, I will add one task or more than one task. Okay, my question is, will I add one task or more than one task? So I'm going to add more than one task. Okay, more than one means I will use what? I will use array. Okay, in order to add more than one task, I will use what? Array. So I'll create one array outside the function. What's the array name? I'm creating array name as what? Items. Okay, and I'm creating what? Empty array. As of now, my task is what? Empty. So what I will do here, inside the function, I will write inside the items, I will push what? I will push, I will push the task. Okay, I will push the task right inside the array. So I will write items dot push. And what you want to push? I want to push input element. Okay, input element. Input elements means I want to see, this is the input and this is the value of this input. So I want to push input value, right? So what I will write here, I will write here input. Okay, what's the element name here? Input element. Okay, input element I have to push. Okay, after pushing the data, okay, my data is pushing inside this array. After pushing the data, what I will do, I will create another function. Okay, I'll create another function. Function is called display. Whatever data we are pushing inside the array, we will display that error, that data. So I will write here function display data. Okay, display data. And after pushing the input, I will call this display data here. Display data. Okay, I'm calling which function? Display data function. And here I will write the code in order to display my arrays. Okay, so what I will do, okay, so my data is inside this array. For example, data, suppose I'm writing here, my data is what? JavaScript inside this array. My task is, first task is JavaScript, second is what? Java, third is what? HTML. So these are what? My tasks. So I will go through each task one by one, means I will display each task one by one. So what I will do, I will write here items dot, I will use what? For each loop. Okay, why I am writing for each loop? Because I have to perform a specific operation, or I have to display each element. That's why I'm using what? For each loop in order to iterate on all elements. And this for each element, sorry, for this, okay, so this for each loop takes one function. Okay, one arrow function. It takes one arrow function, right? So inside this arrow function, we will write our code, and in as an argument, inside this we will pass argument. Argument is what? Element. Elements are what? Like JavaScript, Java. These are the array element. Okay, and it takes what? It takes also. So int I'm writing. Okay, so every inside the array we have indexing also. What's the position of this? 0. Okay, what's the position of this? The position of this is 1. So this is what? Indexing. This is nothing but indexes, right? So what I have to do now, I will create one div. Okay, what I will create? I'll create one todo div. Okay, todo div means what I'm trying to say, where you can see todo div. This one is todo div. So I'll create this todo div using JavaScript. So here I will write const, I'll create a variable todo div. Okay, and I'll create this element using dynamically. So I will write document.create element. Create element is for creating HTML elements. Okay, like HTML elements like h1, h2, div element. Okay, so these are the HTML elements, and we can create that element dynamically using JavaScript, right, at runtime. And after that, in this div, okay, we have created this todo div. I will add one class. Okay, why we add class inside the div? In order to make it style. Okay, in order to design the style, we write class. Okay, so to this, so what I'm trying to say, our div is created. Okay, this div is created, and I want to give one class to this div. So I will write here todo div, and I will write class list dot add, and what class list I'm going to give Todo. So what is the mean of this? Okay, for example, this is what my div, and here I got a class. What is the class of this div? Todo. Okay, like that. In HTML, you can visualize like that. Okay, after that, what I will do, I'll create one paragraph. I'll create one paragraph element. Why I'm creating paragraph element? I want to display this text. Okay, so I will write here const para. Okay, document dot create element. Okay, now I want to create para, so I'm giving paragraph tag. Okay, so what does it mean? It means our paragraph is created, empty paragraph is created, and inside this paragraph, what I will do, whatever elements are coming from the array, elements are like JavaScript. This element I want to assign inside this paragraph. Okay, inside this paragraph, I want to assign whatever data is coming. Okay, whatever data is coming, I want to add here. So what I will write here para dot text content. C should be capital, text content, right? And what I will do, whatever data is coming through this ELE element. So I will write here ELE, right? And after that, what I will do, I'll create one remove button. Okay, I have to create this remove button as well. So how can I create the remove button? So in order to create the remove button, I'll create first variable. What's the variable name? Remove button. Okay, document dot create. We are creating, we are not getting, right? We are not getting element, we are creating element. So button. Okay, which element we are creating? Button. Okay, so inside the button, okay, see, this is the button. Okay, what is the name of this button? Button. Okay, so this is the button. What is the name of this button? Is cross. So how we will get this cross symbol? So in order to get the cross symbol, what you will write? You will press window and dot. Okay, when you press window and dot or greater than key, okay, window and greater than key, then you will get this cross symbol. Okay, so we have to assign this cross symbol to this remove button. So how I will write? I will write remove button dot text content. Okay, text content, and what I will do, I will write inside the single quote and I will press window plus greater than. I will get this cross button and I'll click here. Okay, because this cross, we will treat it like a string, right? After that, what we have to do, okay, so we have created this button dynamically. Okay, we have created this button dynamically. See here, this button, this add button, we created using HTML. This is what? This is not dynamically. And we are writing here on click. And when we click on this add button, this should call the add to do function. Where is add to do function? This is the add to do function. Okay, so same what I want here. When someone click on this remove button, I'm creating dynamic remove button. So one event should fire. Okay, one event should fire, but we don't have button now. We don't have cross button. So how we will write this on click? Okay, so when you create the dynamic elements, for example, we created dynamic button elements. So if you want to add event, so you will write like this: remove button dot event listener. What you will write? Add event listener. Add event listener. Okay, and this event listener asks you when you want to fire an event. Okay, when someone click or on change, you want to fire it on change or on click. Okay, so I want to say when someone click on this cross button, then what should happen? Then what should happen means I want to, when someone click on this, I want to remove. What I want to remove? I want to remove todo and index. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to remove that index element. Okay, so for example, I am clicking on this button, means I should know what is the index of this paragraph. Then only I can delete this paragraph. If I want to remove this task, so I should know the indexing of this paragraph or task. Then I can delete. So on remove button, what I'm giving on remove button, I'm adding one listener, add event listener, right? And when someone click on this button, which button? This remove button. When someone click on this remove button, So what we are doing, we are creating one remove to do function. Okay, this remove to do function we didn't create yet, I will create. And inside this remove to do function, I'm giving what index. Okay, I'm giving what index, right? And now what I will do, I'll create one remove to do function. Okay, so outside this, I'll create one function. What is the function name? First function keyword followed by remove to do. What is the function name? Remove to do. And it will get index. Okay, because when someone click on this button, which button? This cross button. Okay, so one event will fire when someone click. Okay, and it will call the remove to do function, and it will give the index as an argument, and this index will removed by I. Okay, and what we have to do, I have to remove the element from the array. For example, I want to remove the element whose index is 1. So I know the remove method. What's the remove method? In order to remove the array element, what I need, first I need array name. Okay, element items dot, and there is a method called splice. Okay, and here what I mentioned index, and I mentioned 1. Okay, I will write index number and element. One element I want to remove, right? And what I will do, I will, okay, once I deleted this, then I will display the updated list. Okay, once I remove this means some change happened, I will display this updated list, not the previous one. So I will call the display function, display data. Okay, here. Okay, where is display data? This one is the display data, right? So we have created this div, to do div. We have created this to do div. We have created this paragraph and this button. Okay, so this paragraph and this button I want to append on this to do div. Okay, so what I will do here, I will write what I will write here. I will write to do. Okay, what I will write, to do div dot append. To do div what append. Append child is for single append, but append is for multiple appending. So what I want to append, I want to append this paragraph. So I will write para. Okay, and what I want to append, I want to append this button, remove button. Okay, so I will write here remove button. Correct. Okay, so I want to append this to do. I want to append this to do div into the main div. We have this main div now. We have created this main div. So here I want to append the to do div. So what I will do, I will write here main div. Okay, main div means this div. Main div dot append. So I want to append only one. So I will write append child. And what I want to append, to do div. Right? I want to append to do div. Okay, let's see whether it's working or not. So for example, I'm writing Java and I'll click on append. So it is coming. When I click on this, okay, so what's the problem is when we are pushing data in our items array, so we are writing input element. Okay, we are writing what input element. That's why it is displaying, it is pushing element, but we have to push the element value. Okay, element dot value. So if I write here Python, okay, add. So this Python is adding. Okay, and again it is adding, and but delete is not working. Okay, see what we have to do now. Okay, what I will do here, I will make this main div empty. So I will write here main div dot text content equals to empty. Okay, so if I write here Java, okay, so now it is deleting. Okay, and I want, like, once I type here Java, when I edit the task, this Java should not be there in the inside this input field. So in that case, what I will do after appending, I will write what is input, what is my field name, input element. So I will write here input element dot value. equals to what? Empty. Okay, so error is coming. INP. Okay, what is the name? INP element. Okay, INP. So for example, I'm writing here Java. Okay, so now see, nothing is coming again. Java Python. Okay, so it is deleting. So now what is remaining? The design part is remaining. Okay, so what I will do, I will design this. Okay, so in order to design this to-do app, I will create one file, style.css, and I will link this file. Okay, so in order to link this file, I will use link tag, and here I will give the file name like this, right? Okay, then I'll go to the style, and first what I will do, okay, let me create body. Okay, not creating but applying a style. So I will say body display flex, and I'm writing justifying it's my design. You can give your design according to your choice. You can design it. I will write align item center. Okay, I want to keep it center. Okay, now I will write the flex direction. What's the flex direction? Column, right? And I will say height 100 VH, right? So this is coming something like this, like Java. Okay, Python, it is coming like this. Now see, in JavaScript we added one class. In which div? In Todo div we have added one class. What's the class name? Todo. So I will design this Todo dot Todo because it is a class. That's why I'm writing what Todo. So I will say display flex, right? Display flex, and justify content center. I want to keep it in center. Align item center, right? And I'll give gap like 30 pixel. Okay, so this gap is coming and this is coming line by line, right? And I'll give some margin, outer space. How much? 10 pixel. Okay, so Java. Okay, Java is added and this is deleted. Okay, it's working fine. Okay, and what I will do, if you want to give the background to it, you can go to the CSS gradient. There is a website called CSS gradient. You can visit this website, and here you can copy some beautiful backgrounds as well. You will click here on backgrounds and you will see ready-made backgrounds. So what I will do, I'll just click here, copy, and go to the VS Code. In body, I will paste this background. Okay, so it is coming something like this. Go to the app. So it is showing like this. Okay, right? If you want to style this, you can style. I'm giving tasks to you to style this. Okay, so like I want to style the paragraph, font size. Okay, 30 pixel. Okay, font width is bold. Okay, like that you can edit it, right? So that's all for today's video. Okay, in the next video we will see some other things. Okay, we will learn few advanced concept and API and asynchronous JavaScript as well. So stay tuned everyone. Okay, so practice meanwhile, and if you have any doubt, any comment, you can write in comment. Okay, you can write comment for your doubt, and if you have completed this code, and you can paste your code in comment section. Okay, so it will be a, a motivation for me, like students are working on their projects. Okay, they are learning, so it will be a motivation for me. So thank you all for watching this video. All right, so thank you everyone.